Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Digital Future AI School, where we learn the technology of the future today. Today's episode is not just about understanding AI, it is about testing, auditing, and certifying AI. In today's world, the real question is not, is AI powerful or not? The real questions are, is your AI reliable? Does it hallucinate? Is it safe for legal, medical, and business decisions? That is why enterprise systems, courts, hospitals, and universities around the world require AI to pass standardized test cases before deployment. In this episode, we cover 100 plus professional AI agent test cases, validation frameworks for legal, education, business, medical, and RAG systems, hallucination resistance and safety benchmarks, enterprise deployment readiness checks. This framework is based on international AI quality assurance standards and is designed according to the research-driven methodology of Mr. Zahir Ahmad Mir. If you build AI, evaluate AI, or want to deploy future-proof and trustworthy AI, this episode is for you. Let's begin.
Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to Digital Future AI School. You know, we're all building and using AI these days, but it brings up a huge question. How do we know we can actually trust it? Well, today we're diving deep into that. We're going to be exploring what's called the Professional's Playbook for Testing AI, and it all comes from Chapter 32 of the fantastic book, AI Agent Makers by Mr. Zahir Ahmad Mir. And hey, since this is episode 32, if you're getting value from these deep dives, please do me a quick favor. Hit that subscribe button, give this explainer a like, and share it with your friends. It honestly helps us so much and lets us keep making more content just like this for you. All right, let's just get right to the heart of it, the big question that's on everybody's mind. Right now, it's kind of the Wild West of AI development, right? So, can we really, truly trust our AI agents? I mean, we're asking them to do some serious stuff. Draft legal documents, teach our kids, build entire business strategies. But what happens when they get it wrong? Well, what happens is something we call the AI trust gap. And it's built on a shaky foundation of some very common and very scary failures. You've got agents that hallucinate, literally just make up fake facts. You've got simple factual errors, flawed logic, and just plain unpredictable behavior. Look, these aren't just little bugs. In high-stakes situations, these can lead to absolutely critical failures. So what's the fix? How do we possibly bridge this trust gap? The answer, as Mr. Meyer lays out so clearly, isn't about chasing ever more powerful models. No, it's about being more professional in our process. What we need is a standardized playbook, a solid suite of benchmarks, to professionally evaluate AI performance so we can build systems we can actually rely on. So here's our game plan for today. We just talked about the trust problem. Next, we're going to unpack what pro-grade testing really looks like. We'll do deep dives into 3 super important fields: law, education, and business. And then we'll wrap it all up by looking at why the future of AI has to be a certified one. Let's get into it. Let's start with our first deep dive, testing legal AI. Now think about the world of law. There is absolutely positively no room for error. Precision isn't just a nice to have, it is completely non-negotiable. One mistake can change lives. So what do we expect from a reliable legal AI? It's not just about searching for information. It has to deeply understand statutes. It needs to extract the core legal reasoning of a judgment. That's the ratio descendiendi. It must follow complex legal logic and apply case law with perfect accuracy. And of course, it has to do all of this without making stuff up. For example, check out test number 3, the precedent validity test. Can you imagine building an entire legal argument on a case that's already been overturned? It would be a complete disaster. This simple but incredibly powerful test makes sure the AI's basic knowledge is current and correct. It's fundamental. Now let's jump to test number 9, which is the cross-examination logic test. This isn't about finding a file. This is about strategic thinking. Can the AI spot a contradiction in testimony and then, on its own, craft a series of questions to challenge that witness's credibility? See, that's a test of real legal reasoning, not just data lookup. And this one perfectly illustrates the need for knowing procedure. Test number 20, the Gazette publication test. It checks for a very specific but absolutely fundamental rule set by the Supreme Court. An action isn't legally real until it's officially published. An AI that misses a detail like that is a huge liability. So you see, these tests cover everything from broad logic down to the fine-grained critical details. Okay, let's shift gears now. Let's go from the courtroom to the classroom. When an AI agent takes on the role of a teacher, the stakes are different, but believe me, they are just as high. In education, clarity and safety are absolutely paramount.
You know, a great education agent has to do way more than just spit out answers. It has to teach with clarity, make complicated things feel simple, create accurate tests to check for understanding, design lesson plans that actually make sense, and even support students who speak different languages.
Test 24 really gets to the core of what it means to teach. It's not good enough for an AI to just recite the dictionary definition of gravity. We need to know, can it use an analogy? Can it give a simple, relatable example that a student can actually grasp? This test measures the agent's real ability to make knowledge accessible, which is, the cornerstone of all great teaching.
Now this is a really sophisticated test, the misconception correction test. Think about it. If a student gets a math problem wrong, a basic AI might just give the right answer. But a great AI teacher, it figures out why the student got it wrong. It finds the flaw in their reasoning and gently corrects that core misunderstanding. That's the difference between a calculator and a real tutor.
Okay, for our last deep dive, let's step into the world of business. In this space, we're asking AI agents to validate our big ideas and help shape our strategy. An error here doesn't just lead to a wrong answer on a test, it can lead to millions in wasted investment and businesses that fail before they even start.
So a business agent you can actually trust has to produce real market research, not just fake it. It needs to use correct financial logic, build business models that actually hold water, and, this is a big one, it has to avoid hallucinating statistics that could send a company charging down completely the wrong path.
This is a classic test for keeping an AI grounded in reality. Test number 43, the competitor analysis test. You would be shocked at how easy it is for an AI to just invent a company name that sounds totally real. This test makes sure that when you're building your strategy, you're basing it on the actual market, not some AI's work of fiction.
Now let's talk about testing for quality of analysis. A SWOT analysis is Business 101, but a bad AI will give you the most generic advice you've ever heard, like a weakness is strong competition. Well, no kidding. A proper test demands accurate, specific, and non-generic insights that you can actually use for strategic planning.
And finally, we have to test for foundational knowledge. Does the AI actually understand classic models, like the ADA marketing funnel? This test ensures the agent's strategic advice is built on proven business principles, mapping that whole customer journey from awareness to interest, desire, and finally to action. So, after all that, what does this all mean? Where are we headed? Well, we are at a major turning point. We have to move beyond this Wild West phase of AI development and step into a new era of professional-grade, properly certified AI systems. The playbook we've been walking through today, straight from Mr. Meyer's work, it has over 50 of these professional-grade tests, and that's just in part 1. This isn't about guessing if your AI is good enough. It's about a comprehensive, rigorous process to certify that an agent is reliable and ready for professional use. When you boil it all down, this is the key takeaway. Rigorous, professional testing is how we validate legal reasoning. It's how we ensure educational clarity, and how we confirm business logic. Ultimately, it's how we stop hoping an AI works and start knowing we can trust it. Let's end on this really powerful idea. Building great AI isn't just about brilliant code or a massive model. It's about the discipline of rigorous, standardized validation. That is what separates a clever prototype from a true professional tool. And so, I'll leave you with a question to mull over, whether it's for your own work or just the tools you use every day. Looking at these kinds of tests, what's the one test you think your AI would fail today? It's something to think about. Thanks so much for joining us.